day 4, week 3, which I guess it means it's day 13 of CDL or bust. And those of you who know about baseball know about pinch hitters. And Teddy Fleener is sick, so Jason Horton has graciously agreed to be a pinch hitter today. How were you pinch hitting on the Sandlots as a kid, Jason?
I wasn't always that good at baseball.
Well, I'm sure you'll be better at this. So I guess today was a big day for you guys because you went down and saw the course where you're going to test out next week, specifically for you next Thursday.
Yes, sir.
What'd you think?
It's not too bad, really.
Can you elaborate a little bit?
It's not as hard as I thought it'd be. There's 2 tricky turns you have to really watch out for, but it's just not as hard as I thought it would be. The traffic's a little heavy. You got to watch the traffic more, a little more than I thought you would, but.
So where do you exactly go? Because I didn't understand that you weren't just on the fairgrounds. When you're talking about traffic, what kind of traffic are we talking about here?
Well, you're actually not even in the fairgrounds. You're on the other side of the street of the fairgrounds.
Okay.
And when you come out, you turn onto, I think it's Phillips Lane.
This is over by the airport, too?
Yeah. And you get right on the expressway. You never really get on the expressway. You're on the ramp, and you go right past the airport. And you come all the way a solid loop all the way around, take another left on Phillips Lane, go all the way down to the red light, cross over onto Crittenden Drive, keep going, and that's when you do your 2 right turns, and then another right turn to get you back on Phillips Lane.
So these are pretty busy streets around that fairgrounds and the airport.
Yes.
Did the instructors drive today, or did you guys all drive that course?
Oh, no, we all drove. They just sat in the passenger seat and kind of gave us the key points to look for, things to look for, to tell you when you need to start downshifting, when you need to start your turning, little tricks and trades of the deal.
So if I'm understanding correctly, Jason, the test, and you probably know by now, it's 3 parts. It's pre-trip, and it's regular driving, and then there's what Anna called an obstacle course yesterday. Is that right?
Yeah.
And they're all about half an hour?
They didn't tell us a time limit on anything but the actual range, like what we do out here, and they told us it's a 30-minute time limit.
Right. But the whole thing is, I guess, like an hour and a half. So that's why I thought, half an hour.
Yeah, I'd say pre-trip will take up most of that time because there's a lot of things you got to say there.
Yeah. And you've said you've really been cranking on that.
Oh, yes. That's the thing to me that I watched 4 guys today not pass, and they all failed on pre-trip.
Who were these people?
For a different company.
Okay. So that between what happened to the seniors, the class ahead of you, and now this, you guys must be totally scared straight on this. Are you waking up in the middle of the night going pre-trip?
It's about like that now. I mean, you know that's the one I've been just hammering on hard every night for at least an hour at night, reading through it, making sure I know it.
So if you're in the shower, are you thinking about pre-trip things?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's all you think about the whole time you're in here, because once they start you on it, they preach. That is the hardest thing, and that's where almost everybody fails if they fail.
Now, when you've been driving trucks delivering uniforms, did you have any kind of a pre-trip at all, or is this whole thing new to you?
No, we had to do a pre-trip. It's just this one's more extensive than the ones that we had to do, because my last company I work for currently right now, they're gasoline motors, so we don't have air compressors to worry about. We don't have air brakes to worry about. So it was a little, this one's more extensive.
So have people stopped in the class from the first couple of weeks when you guys were standing outside, smoking cigarettes, talking sports and whatever else, and maybe going out for lunch? Is everybody bringing their lunch now and just not having any fun at lunch break time?
Half and half. A couple more started bringing their lunch now. That way they get a little more time here, and we can kind of help each other. Hey, this is where I'm struggling at. What things do I need to make sure I remember?
What are you doing for lunch these days?
I usually grab lunch here, make sure my logbook's all caught up, and go outside and just read over that pre-trip again. And I do that while everybody else is driving. I'm sitting there reading my pre-trip paper.
So you bring in your own lunch now?
Oh, I've been bringing it in since day one.
Okay, all right. And your test is in a week. Could you pass right now, you think, Jason, if you had to take it today?
I'm 70% confident I could.
And how confident are you going to be that you'll be ready there in a week?
Oh, I'm sure I'll be about 95. We got a tough inspector, so he kind of throws that 5% of worry in.
How do you know you already have a tough inspector?
Well, they know the two that do it for us, and the The one that they all say is a little bit easier, more lenient, we know he's on vacation.
Oh, wonderful.
So we know the one that's by the book, strict as can be, the words have to be right, just like they are on the paper. He's the one we're all going to be testing with.
My understanding is that when on Thursday morning, the four of you, Wayne, Ryan, Joey, and you, have to be there at 7 in the morning, and then it's one by one. So one of you guys could be sitting there for like 4 hours waiting for the R3 to take their test. That's got to be like incredible stress, just sitting there and waiting and waiting and waiting.
Well, you like on pre-trip, they let all four of you go one after the other.
Okay.
You all kind of move as a group.
Okay.
Besides, I heard on the range that once you do your straight line back and your offsets and your parallel park, you immediately go into your driving test. So there you'll have, about an hour, maybe 45 minutes for each person. So yeah, there's going to be some time waiting. At least you get the hard part done first.
Would you rather be first or last? Or does it matter?
I don't want to be last, but I don't mind being second. I don't like being first either.
Are you, Anna, I talked to Anna yesterday. She said she's a morning person. Any time of day work better for you?
Doesn't bother me either way. I'm usually at work by like 4:45, 5 o'clock in the morning, so.
Could you see, sorry, Jake, could you see eventually becoming an overnight driver? Would that matter to you?
No, I used to work a third shift job when I was a little younger, so I mean, I can do that too. It's just all about getting adapted back to it again.
One thing with this tester, and I think his name might be Evan, there's, he's got the celebrities now. He's not like these are average people trying to get their CDLs. You guys are stars. You're, on video and on newspaper. And how have your friends and family reacted to this? Have they watched the videos? Have they read the paper? What do they think about Horton being a star?
My girlfriend, she watches all the videos. My dad, I've showed him a few. He gets a couple chuckles out of it. But I don't tell a whole lot of people about it.
So you're not putting it all over social media or anything?
I don't really do social media that much.
So, but generally you've gotten positive response. Everybody thinks, it's good that you're doing this, and kind of a nice little, not a bonus maybe, but a nice little sideline break from all the pressure.
Yeah, it's a good little break, and a lot of people are interested in it. I think, I haven't actually checked to see how many reviews or how many people have actually watched, but I know, like, my dad was kind of interested. He'd be like, it's kind of cool that some people get to know what's going to happen before they get there.
Last weekend you had 3 days off. Did you walk away from it, or did you spend time studying during the break?
No, I studied every day but Monday. I took my break.
Labor Day, you took a holiday from your labors.
Yeah, me and my buddy, we did a little bike riding on Monday.
Where'd you go?
Just around Louisville.
Nowhere special, no favorite place you wanted to go?
No, we just, wherever the road takes us, we kind of just don't pay attention and just go.
How far did you go, you think?
I think we did 150 miles that day.
Oh, my gosh. How were you feeling after that?
My bike's nice and comfortable, so it's no big deal to me.
What's the hardest thing you think you've ever done in your life? And does this compare, you think? Not talking to me, I mean the CDL training.
Yeah. I'd say the hardest thing I've ever done was probably the permit test so far, because I was really stressed out about it. Not that it was that difficult, it's just, you're looking at changing your livelihood, and that's a lot of pressure you're putting on yourself to do it. And it was stressful, and it was tough. And
you're thinking next Thursday is going to be similar?
I'm hoping I learned from that experience, and I'm not as nervous as I was on the permit test.
And to clarify for the viewers, when you said bike, you're not on a bicycle, you're on your Harley.
Yes, sir.
Which one did you ride this time? So you have two.
I rode my Dyna.
And everything. Did you miss it? Had you not been on it much lately?
No, not really. I've been, like I said, focusing on the school, and I was going to ride it up there today, but there's a chance of rain today, so I didn't take it out today.
Have you guys been sneaking and look at the weather forecast for next Thursday?
I haven't looked that far ahead. I know we got rain tomorrow, so I think that'll be a good practice in case it does rain on test day.
All right, Horton, Jason, thank you so much for your time. Good luck. We'll see you down there next week, and hopefully take a little bit of a chill pill over the weekend and don't spend 24 hours a day studying.
Yes, sir.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you.